calling officially the first draft of season 10.
When we began pre-production for the Red vs. Blue season 10, we had a large table read where we had all of the actors show up and read their lines.
Well, I wanted to do the table read for season 10 because after 9 years of making the show, we'd still never had the entire cast in one place at one time, ever.
So everybody came down from all over, basically from New York to California, all the way from New Mexico, even down to Florida.
I'm surprised we could fit that many egos under one roof. Heyo!
I think the most bizarre part about the table read for season 10 was reading a script for season 10 before we started production.
It's funny, the table read was definitely like breaking ground for us, because it's like, I came here, it's like table read is just like, oh, here's the script, okay, I'm gonna read this, okay, and it's like, the fact that we actually had a table read, it was like, oh, wow, I remember these.
This was the first season where we had a completed script, where we could all sit down and read the entire script, and then that was gonna help the actors, because when we record Red vs. Blue, they're all in the booth by themselves, and usually they're acting against me, but now at least, if they'd been to the table read, they would remember what the scene was like with the other actors.
He sounds kind of like a puss. But I'll tell you, I see why they picked him. Oh yeah.
You know, I was used to, for years, just coming in and I'd read the whole script, but I still really only had to think about Tucker's lines and getting those down. I didn't hear anybody else. So it was really cool to sit there and interact with everybody, and then to just watch, kind of watch and listen to these scenes happen.
It was really helpful because it's like, oh, okay, you play this. Oh, okay, I got what you're doing there. That makes sense. Oh, that fits in there, okay.
They sort of use me to replace you on the blue team.
Replace me?
Yeah, I would really use the word replace, but there's no word for take over for you and make everything better almost immediately.
It was, interesting, it was different being able to play off of other people's reads and seeing how they did it.
Everybody wanted to find something that was special and, bring something new and different.
We got to see for the first time some characters interact with each other that had never interacted with one another before.
Oh, hi, York.
It's not that late at night.
One of the things I thought about that, like, how are we going to sit people? I had to sit York next to Delta. That was just important to me. And Tex should sit near Carolina.
I thought one of the most interesting moments in the table read was having Tex, Kathleen Zelch, and Jen Brown, who plays Carolina, read together.
And what exactly is my secret?
There's a certain amount of tenderness, as weird as that sounds, that needs to be threaded through all of the hate and competitive vitriol that the two characters banter back and forth with in order for the entire story to make sense and for those characters to find their resolution.
What are you doing in here? You never come in here.
I've come to check on Carolina.
Tucker's relationship with other characters is pretty sexually based, so I've got a good grasp on that already.
Hey, do you know any girls who aren't complete bitches that won't sleep with me?
Thinking about that, just thinking about all those teams, I thought, let's get a photo booth there as well, so that the actors who play these parts can all jump in the photo booth and take pictures together.
Everybody had tons of fun with that. We probably have over 1,000 images of people just, being crazy, having fun together.
And sure enough, they ended up taking photos in that way. Like, Wash took pictures with South, where South is choking Wash and he chokes her back. And York and Delta, Sean and Mark, they got in the booth together. That was really cool. I mean, it was nice to see the people like connecting with each other the way they are connected in the series.
I then took that audio and started right away on the season. I would then find places in that script, places between the lines in that table read, and start inserting my sequences in the parts where Bernie's script would say Monty action sequence here. This season especially, we have a crap ton more action than was actually anticipated.
One of the things that we got out of the table read, which lasted the entire season, was we sent this clear message to everybody who was involved with the production of the show that this is going to be bigger.
It started with 4 or 5 guys in a spare bedroom, and then to look up and see 30 actors sitting around a table doing their parts is like, wow.
what we're doing in season 10 is pulling out all the stops, and we're gonna make this thing as awesome as we possibly can.